Fala pessoal, tudo bem? Como vocês estão? Eu espero que bem. Cavalleiro Gamer voltando hoje com The Technomancer. E bora continuar aí nossa trajetória para resolver os problemas de Marte. Então bora lá, vamos falar com Dandolo. Esses nomes são engraçados. Não sei se lá tem algum lugar específico, um país específico que vem isso.
Splendid to see you again.
Good to see you too.
As well as can be hoped for, and that is good.
Não, aqui não tem nada, né? Tá. Não era pra sacar minha arma. Continue. Sorria Sene. Ele levantou.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Achar um... Falar sobre o desaparecimento de Scott.
I'm looking for my friend Scott. He just disappeared. Any idea where he could have gone?
Can't say that I have. He's not at the caravansary, though. If you want, I can check with my informants. Might have joined the caravan that just left, though. Your pal looked like he was missing Ophir, honestly. Then again, maybe he was kidnapped. Never can tell.
Just let me know if you hear anything. I need to find him. Thanks for the help.
My pleasure, as always.
Ele me lembra muito... Ai, cara, qual é o nome daquele personagem? Aquele que controla um planeta e tem sempre luta no universo da Marvel. É o... Mercador? Ou colecionador, sei lá. Ele lembra muito esse cara. Ainda mais por essa tatuagem. Achar um tradutor.
I found some ancient documents. Looks like they date back to the settlers, but they're written in a language I can't read.
And I thought you technomancers were so well versed in our old dialects.
Também
Maybe
pensei.
in Aurora. In Abundance, we're soldiers first and last.
Ah, verdade.
We learned some colonial knowledge during training, but the languages are barely taught. The Great Master was the only one who had that kind of knowledge.
So, now you need a technomancer from Aurora to translate. I might know of someone. A renegade of sorts who left Shadowlair to become a hermit. Word was, though, your former comrades captured him. If he managed to hide what he was, he's probably a captive in one of their forced labor camps.
Then getting to him won't be easy.
Exactly. But, if you want your document translated, you might just have to find a way.
Tá, achar... Go to the rehabilitation... Achar o campo de reabilitação. Eu tenho que achar um cara que é rebelde, né, entre... Lá no campo, então... Vou ter que salvar o cara. Tá, então só sobrou... Ainda bem que eu vim falar com ele antes. Só sobrou ir lá pra Ophir. É o único lugar que me resta. Ok. Eu vou ficar com essa armadura mesmo. Eu dei aquela armadura mais pesada pro Phobos. Tem algum personagem que dê pra falar?
Zach, I need to talk to you.
Falar
Without
comigo?
the others around. Something personal.
Algo pessoal.
Sorry, Amelia, but I'm already working on something right now. Can we talk later?
Ah. Falar com a Amélia.
It's regarding what you found in Ophir, you know? In Scott's lab, my father's mail. I've thought about it, and I figured that we should
Tem
try
que tirar a
to find
galera, eu acho.
Scott's son.
Don't you think Scott tried everything to find his son? Besides, he risks reliving something he may not want to
Pode tentar achar o filho
experience again.
dele?
That boy is connected to my father's disappearance, right? That's what that woman said. And look, the mutants have an almost normal life here. Scott didn't know that the city existed before. We could set up something new. What do you think? If
Ah,
we find out what happened to his son, we could not just bring him back here, but also find out what my dad went to do for Scott. I'm almost convinced that he was trying to bring him back his son.
I have other urgent matters to take care of, but I'll keep in mind what you asked me. We'll take care of it later, okay?
Yeah, it's old for sure, and a few more days won't hurt anything. Don't forget, okay?
Tá, então o pai dela sumiu porque foi procurar o filho do Scott. O Scott, ele só sumiu porque ele é um mutante. E aí, eu acho que ele foi atrás dele. Sabe alguma coisa?
Zachariah, your help would be indispensable once more.
Ouvi Phobos.
I'm listening.
First, I want to thank you for helping me, my mother, and all the mutants.
I don't really
Cara, sua
feel
mãe
like I
morreu.
helped your mother, but if you say so.
Sometimes you have to look beyond appearances. I miss her a lot, but at least she did not suffer thanks to you. But let's get back to what I wanted to talk about with you. I managed to get in touch with a man who can provide us with military equipment. And we are going to need it because we have to be able to defend ourselves. But that man will never do business with the mutant. That is why I need you to negotiate in my place. If you wanted to look like a merchant from Noctis and go to the meeting point with me, I'm sure that he would agree to sell you the surplus we need so much.
Can't help him right now. I gotta finish the stuff I've already started for others.
Ah, eu não posso fazer porque eu tô na missão. Tá, tô na missão com o Lucky. Ok, peraí.
I think I know the camp Dandolo mentioned to
Caramba.
you. It sounds like their main camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if the man you're looking for is there. And I want to go with you. Have a few things to settle there. This is important to me, Zachariah. What they do to the prisoners there is inhuman. I just want to help as many as I can.
You're not telling me something, are you?
I was a prisoner there once. I
Ah, eu fui
can't tell you
prisioneira.
what they did to me. I'm just asking you. Take me with you.
Tá bom, bora lá.
I get why you'd want to free him, but it also makes me nervous about letting you tag along. If we get there and you let your emotions run away with you, it's my life you're risking too.
You know me better than that. You've seen me keep my cool in the worst situations. Think about it all you want, but I'm the one who knows that camp by heart, remember? It's gonna be more dangerous for you to go in without me.
É verdade, eu vou... Eu vou, se eu for sem ela, ela sabe como que é o campo. Então, se eu for sem ela... Ela... Ah, de novo isso. Se eu for sem ela,
Expected this
vai
camp.
ser meio ruim.
Judging from Nisha's
ela tem a
face,
vantagem.
not something pretty. I feel like I'm driving a hearse.
Whatever you're thinking, it's 1,000 times worse. You're taking us to hell.
But aren't they called work camps?
More like prisons, where the primary goal is to break spirits and destroy free will. Their final products are submissive beings akin to farm animals, and their methods end up destroying some and brainwashing
Ah, os
the
caras
others.
fazem lavagem cerebral
This
no
Aurora
acampamento.
Technomancer we search for must be hiding in plain sight. They'll be very discreet, so we'll have to look for someone normal. Almost too normal.
I hope we're able to free the other prisoners. We could help them get a fresh start in Noctis.
I know you want to sit with the cool kids, but my rover can only hold so many people. Sorry, can't take everyone.
If we
Pode
can
levar
distract the
gente.
guards, I can get Dandolo to send a rescue team. It wouldn't be the first time he's done that.
If Dandolo can bring the manpower, we can bring the diversion. We'll free them.
Tá, eu não consigo falar muito porque tem muito diálogo. Mas o Phobos, ele... Tipo assim, o Zack não reconheceu que ele salvou a mãe dele, mas pro Phobos salvou, porque ela ia ser torturada quando presa. Então foi melhor morrer, porque tinham entregue ela. Então ele agradeceu.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Zach. Everything all right?
Character Faction, Place... Rebellion Camp.
Tell me
Deixa eu
more
falar
about
com
the
ela sobre isso.
rehabilitation camp.
I don't really like to talk about it. It's a terrible place, you know? A place that saw more suffering than all of Abundance's cities. When you get there, you receive a uniform with a number, and you become that number.
Ah,
The
você
food
se
is
torna um
scarce,
número.
and you've got to earn it by working hard. The water is rationed, and you have to give up your soul to get some.
Caraca.
There are work areas. It's tough work. The type of work you would give to mutants in the cities. There's no downtime. You're always sleep deprived, food deprived, water deprived. The only times of rest you get are the education sessions.
What are those?
Brainwashing. You're locked up in a dark room where they stream messages in a loop. Messages that you have to repeat, like mantras. If you make a mistake or fall asleep, they electrocute you.
Caraca.
The chairs are wired. You're watched. And if you show that you're unhappy with your fate, then hell really begins. And with it comes torture. I would prefer to change the subject.
Caraca, mano. Lá é um lugar que a água é racionada, a comida é ruim. O único momento que você tem pra descansar é quando eles estão na parte educacional. A educação deles é a lavagem cerebral. Se você dormir, você toma um choque. Caraca! Que loucura, mano. Que loucura. É, fei. Pesado. Eu sou a favor disso pra bandido. Agora, pra gente comum, não. Só pro cara... Fez muito mal à sociedade mesmo.
Words alone cannot express my hatred for this place.
I warned you.
You misunderstand, Zach. Coming back here free, armed, with my rights returned to me, it's priceless. Thank you for bringing me here.
Ela gostou de eu ter trago.
I can't tell you how much it means to me.
Ela gostou, porque ela veio com armas, livre. E como ela já ficou aqui presa, né? É um pouco diferente pra ela. Libertar os prisioneiros, é opcional. Oh, oh, oh. Filha da mãe. Quase dancei. Tá, tem um opcional que é salvar prisioneiro. Esses caras aqui eu mataria muito. Tem muitos esses caras. Mesmo que, eles seguem ordens e tudo mais. Mas, mano, eles estão ajudando algo ruim a acontecer. Então, não dá pra ter muita pena. Aquele cara ele não veio, o outro também não. Dá um choque no sistema dele, literalmente, porque ele tem tipo uma mochila nas costas. Não sei se é a mochila. Ah, é o escudo dele. Ah, ele não toma choque do... Meu Deus, eu tomei a porrada como? Pô, galera, vocês são fracão mesmo. Pera aí, eu peguei uma bota. Será que essa bota... Não, não é melhor. Nenhuma melhor. Mas eu upei. Porque não adianta que eu tô mais usando esse daqui. Create damage done by ataque pelas costas. From dagger from behind. Give you a chance to dodge attack enemies. Não. The event critical dodge. You dagger automatic critical. The time you have to start critical dodge is a bit longer. Gun attacks are also critical after. Critical dodge. Lógico. Ah, tinha outra parada, peraí. Power. Agora eu posso usar aquele outro equipamento. Pior que esse aqui é o mais maneiro. Tá, mas vamos usar esse. Aquele outro lá é o mais maneiro. O que eu tenho pra ir? Pra lá. Deixa eu olhar o mapa rapidão. Prisioneiro, prisioneiro. Tá, deixa eu ir lá libertar os prisioneiros então. Para que essa roupa me ajude mais. Licença. Dá pra melhorar alguma coisa neles? Sniper gun. Ele não pode. Cara, então. Esqueci, né? É pra melhorar a agilidade também. Vamos dizer que a gente vai conseguir depois. Cooldown speed, critical hits. Ok. Não tem isso. Você. Sua arma já tá essa. Aqui já tá todo mundo melhorado. Eu já olhei isso aqui 200 vezes. A arma dela. Pronto. Toda vez que eu abro porta, salva. Vou me acostumar com essa roupa. Eu tava gostando mais da outra mesmo. Essa daqui eu vou tentar acostumar, porque caraca. Sei lá, parece gigantaça. Key of holding cell. Preciso de chave? Bem com isso. Caraca, isso aqui é travadão, preciso de uma chave. Caramba, da onde subiu você? Opa! Esse cara caiu no chão? Tá aberto. Nossa, eu mataria muito esses caras, porque deixar essas pessoas presas, porque eles não são ladrões nem nada. São só pessoas de outra facção, coisa e tal. Ou crianças. Não, aqui tem crianças. Não, é crianças também, porque a Neste falou que ela era criança e ela ficou aqui. Vou usar a chave.
Need a key to open this door.
Ai, 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 ai. caras aqui são um pouquinho mais fortes. Dá pra abrir? Não, acho que é por isso que ela tem a habilidade de abrir as coisas, porque ela ficou presa aqui, então ela meio que aprendeu pra poder sair. Bom, eu acho que é isso. Tem bastante soldado aqui. Já era. Já era. Não dá pra abrir. Ué. Querer. Cadê a cela? Aí. Find a way to prison to escape. Como que eu faço essa? Seria aqui? Find, reach, não. Acho que é pra cá. É quem é você? Boris.
Boris, how'd you get here? The hell happened to you?
Lieutenant, can't you tell your own work? You wanted to arrest me at any cost. Well, here's the cost. To me. What did you think they did to deserters and rebels, huh? Send them on vacation? Welcome to my hell.
Ah,
They like to get rough.
esse é aquele que era um boss que eu
I
prendi,
believe
né?
they smile. I'm just about done bleeding, though. You should have just killed me.
Era pra ter me matado.
Same result, just cleaner.
Mesmo resultado, só limpo. Caraca. O maluco ficou ferradão. Caraca, o maluco ficou ferradão porque eu não prendi. Ele realmente era quem é desertor ou contra a parada fica preso. E ele tava contra, eu fui lá e ferrei ele. Ainda bem que eu tenho 100% de science.
There.
Ajudei ele.
Not quite perfect yet, but you'll survive to flee again.
That was kind of you. Better already. What can I do for you now?
I'm looking for an old man. Old Technomancer from Aurora who should be here. Probably passes himself off as someone else now, though.
A Technomancer? Here? Sure, I would have heard about him if you were... Though, come to think of it, there is this old fella. Got scars all over his face, like all your kind seem to have. Works as a mechanic. Not sure if he's your man, but... if he ain't, that's all I got.
Thanks, Boris. You better get going now.
É, mano, agora vaza. Bom, tem um cara cheio de cicatrizes igual os Technomancers. Opa! Nossa, aquele negócio de ficar vendo os negócios.
Nisha, are you alright?
Ninguém tá com a arma na mão. Reputação com Nisha, mais 2. Eu vou entrar aqui, né, Nisha? Que deixa ela traumatizada. Nossa. Pesado. Preciso melhorar meu crafting para deixar minhas armas melhores. Preciso melhorar muita coisa. Eu acho que o próximo realmente que eu vou melhorar é o crafting, para poder melhorar todos os equipamentos. Só que tem um que precisa de nível 3, eu posso fazer só os dois. E aí eu faço aquele esquema de colocar a roupa. Nossa, mano, isso aqui é doideira, hein? Fica tudo parado vendo ali ou aqui na frente? Não pode nem se mexer. Tá, pera aí, eu passei por ali.
Hey, are you Professor Charles Seeker?
I am?
Ih, achei.
You are. What does a Technomancer want with...
Long story, Professor. Just know I'm a friend of Scott's. We looked for you in Ophir. Even got our hands on some of your notes, but,
My research notes? On Technomancers? How? I coded them to make sure those ASC thugs couldn't read them. Did you manage to read them?
I just gave him to Scott.
Oh, good. Good. I'm sure he deciphered them with no trouble. Scott's eccentric, I know. A little unstable, even. Especially since he lost his child. But even still, he is the greatest mind in abundance. A genius who's focused his research on people
O
like
cara é
you,
um gênio, ó, o Scott.
Technomancers. I'm sure my notes, which I pray no one but you and Scott will see, will be a great service to him. I was able to prove nothing, really, but my work pointed to a high probability that the abilities of your kind stem from what Earthlings called gene therapy.
Not sure what that means, Professor.
Yes, of course. They modified genes to cure disease, provoked mutations, modifications that got passed on to offspring as well. Look, in theory, at least. A theory I will never get to test now, I'm afraid. Being held here. Well, I suppose it's better this way. Undeniably incredible research, but research that could also, unfortunately, lead to the enslavement of your kind. Cast you as just another mutation to be contained, you know, afraid of what they don't know. And while I'm sure there was good intention in their creation of your mutation, no one can say what that reason is.
Can you keep this a secret, Professor?
My lips are sealed, now and forever. No one else will ever be privy to my research.
Thank you, Professor. Take care.
Ok. Ah, pera aí, não vai salvar ele não? Ué? Ele é o pai da Amélia. Eu não tinha que salvar ele. Toma. Filho da... Tá, pera aí, eu não sei, cara, tá... Falou pra eu tentar achar um caminho para as pessoas fugirem, mas eu só tô andando e não apareceu nada que pareça isso. Isso aqui. Era pra ter alguma coisa aqui. Ah, é o tipo... um lugar para os guardas ficarem. É tipo, não é isso. Uma guarniçãozinha. Deixa eu passar, Nisha. Aqui vai pro lugar certo. Sem querer. Eu vou até salvar aqui. Caso eu não consiga salvar aquele pessoal, eu volto, porque o jogo não instrui. Não instruiu, ou quando eu sair, salva eles, sei lá. Onde tá minha bolsa? Depois eu vou ter que descartar algumas coisas. Cheio de operários aqui.
Hey, do I know you? Yeah. Yeah! You're the guy that sent me to that hellhole! Motherfucker, you're dead!
Nem chegou perto. Eu que mandei ela pra cá, caraca. Não dá pra abrir. E cara, você tá me vendo? Ih, olha o prisioneiro.
I'm looking for a prisoner. An old man from Aurora. He's a former Technomancer.
There are no Technomancers here. He would be killed right away or sent to a camp as a prisoner of war. You're in the wrong camp. This here is a rehabilitation camp for deviants, dissenters. It's supposed to get us to think right again. Sorry, I don't see.
Maybe he hid what he was. He used to live far from the corporation. Maybe they mistook him for a deviant, an outcast. But he must have kept some of his mannerisms or accent from Aurora.
That could be George. I've always thought that he had a funny way of talking. He works as a mechanic. He really looks burned out. But the funny thing is, I once heard him say he was barely 50. You think he was at least 20 years older. He must have had a really bad life, worse than ours.
That could be him. Technomancy tends to age us faster. Thank you.
É Technomancer o quê? Ficar velho rápido? Informação?
Hello, I'm looking for someone. A rather old man.
What is the man doing in the camp?
He was locked up here because he was living away from corporations. He's a Technomancer like me, but way older. And he comes from Aurora.
He is not sure, but he believes he recognized that the old man had the Aurora way of speaking. But he thinks that the man is mistaken because he is not a Technomancer. He doesn't make lightning bolts.
Ele é um mecânico, esse mesmo.
Not a good mechanic.
Thank you very much for the
Mas tem que ser
information.
mais eficiente, limpa outro lugar. Tá limpando o mesmo lugar.
Hello, I'm looking for
Cara, esse
someone.
maluco não tem os olhos.
A man? He doesn't mingle with men. Men avenge themselves upon them, so he stays away.
All right, I understand. Goodbye.
Não tem informação nenhuma. Ei, cara.
I'm looking for an old man. He's from Aurora, and he used to be a Technomancer.
Well, you're looking for him in the wrong place. It's true that there's a guy with a funny way of speaking, but I can't believe that he's from Aurora. That sounds crazy. What would he be doing here?
Who is that man?
His name's George. An old guy, as you said, and the way he speaks sounds funny. Anyway, as if he were making fun of us with complicated words. He's a mechanic, though.
This could mean that he studied within the elite in a corporation that were a little precious. Thank you.
Tem que falar com todo mundo?
Hello, I'm looking for a man. A man in your age range. Technomancer.
A Technomancer? Here. You must be mistaken, my boy. There is no Technomancer here. The prisoners of war are sent elsewhere. Here we are taught to think like good citizens of abundance.
How old are you? 70?
50 years old, but I had a hard life. Unfortunately, that leaves its mark.
Like technomancy takes its toll as well.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know anything about technomancy. You should talk to someone else.
É ele.
I've heard that mechanics isn't your forte. It's a good hideout, isn't it?
Não é?
The person who told you that I'm not good is simply bad-mouthing me.
If you say so. But this doesn't explain the way you speak. Polished for a mechanic. Listen, let's cut to the chase. Just let me look at your temples and that'll be it.
You are the pain in the neck, you know that. Very well. I am the one you are looking for, and your relentless questioning puts me in jeopardy if the word gets out here.
I specifically came to this camp in order to find you. You brought back a dome lost in the sands, a tablet that I'm unable to translate.
It is written in the settlers' coded language, one they use for the important data. By all means, I can translate it, but this type of thing can take time, and I can't do it here.
Come with us to Noctis. I am sure that you'll find a place to stay.
Noctis?
The city of the merchants. It's an independent city. There you won't have to fear Aurora or abundance.
Well then, I'll follow you.
Ah, o cara vai comigo.
What that old man did was pretty amazing. Didn't manage to let
Ah,
a single person
porcaria.
know he was a technomancer or from a rival corporation.
Ah lá, find a way. Ah não, pera aí, galera. Vou voltar essa porcaria. Sabia que ia dar problema. Como que faz?
If we can unlock this gate, the prisoners can get out and hide while Dandolo
Não
sends them
acredito.
back up.
I'll take care of that then. The more people we can get out of this hellhole, the better.
Ah, sério, era só isso. Maravilha. Caraca, ele me acertou. Salvei as pessoas. Elas tinham um lugar novo. Pô, nada a ver, hein? Pô, não sei porque que vocês ficam na minha frente. Cara, era só ir na porta, cara. Eu não acredito nisso. É bem que é rapidinho, né? Licença, João sem braço.
You.
Yes, that's true.
Ele aguentou bastante, porque você vê que ele tá aqui há muito
How
tempo.
old are you?
Há um tempo e
70?
não tá
Like technomancy.
mal pra caramba.
I've heard that
The person who...
if you say so.
You?
I specifically came to this camp. Come with us to
Noctis.
the city of the...
Well then.
Ok, bora. Aí, galera, vambora também.
Let's go.
Ih, rapá.
Glad to leave this place.
Foi?
Me too. I don't care where you take me. Anywhere is better than prison.
It stank like fucking death in there. I don't know what to say. I feel ashamed. I'm from abundance. What they do to people in there... inhuman.
To
Agora
think
tá
that
achando
even
que a bunda é ser
Ophir
ruim.
looks like a paradise after seeing such a place. I am grateful, however, for we managed to save a few souls.
You okay, Nisha?
No, not really. I don't want to talk about it right now.
I get that the place could have triggered some bad memories. I'm sorry, Nisha.
É, o
This is
lugar é
Patience,
ruim.
the technomancer you told me about.
Ah, nice. Free of that shadow-forsaken labor camp. Must have been a living hell. A sincere pleasure to meet you.
Yes, nice to be free, but to be honest, I'm now stuck with no place to go. Can't and won't go back to Aurora. And Abundance was always so accommodating that I can't imagine the hospitality if they had known about my talents. Damn the ASC. And ever since my little desert refuge has been discovered, it's become a tad less cozy. Here I am, no roof, no real belongings. Only thing I have is this guy here who won't leave me alone until I translate some ancient text for him.
Well, I can't help with Mr. Mancer's needs for a translator, but I can give you a roof. It's the Noctis way, for we say, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Welcome to your new home, patients. There are some empty houses in the northern part of the city. I'm sure we can set you up there.
Thank you, and a sincere pleasure to meet you, Dandolo.
Ah, tem uma casa pra ele ali, né? Tá, ele tá decifrando 1 dia e pouco. Enquanto tá aqui, deixa eu falar com o Dandolo.
Zachariah, what can...
Contrabando, Scott, não. Tá, 1 dia e pouco, dá pra gente ir lá em Offer. Calma aí, onde que eu saio? Ah tá, pra cá pra baixo. Dá pra ir em Offer e também resolver a parada do cara aqui. Vai pra cá. Agora eu preciso descansar, né? Pra recuperar o XP. Por questões de tech fashion não tá dando pra usar outra roupa. Tá, tem que resolver o problema agora. Olha ela travada. Resolver o problema do cara aqui. Só tem esse lugar pra ir, né? Ó, tem coisa pra cacete.
I always feel funny seeing the city from a distance.
That's because it looks like a big old beetle with its metal shell. Wait for a sandstorm, and you'll get to see the beetle fly. Who wants to stick around for a sandstorm? No? No takers?
I'm getting a bad taste in my mouth. I can almost smell my people's blood and sweat from here.
I've been spending my whole life sneaking in and out of this city. Getting sick of it.
As long as Vic the Dick is around, he'll be hunting for Zach, and we'll have to keep a low profile. But if it bothers you so much, I can drop you off here.
I don't want new friends. I'd rather change our destination.
Ophir's quite ominous from a distance, like a big black tick hanging above the canyon, sucking the life out of its citizens. Sorry, was that too dark?
In a city that doesn't belong to Abundance, if you can believe it. But it seems that Victor managed to infiltrate it. I know I'm asking a lot from you, but if you have any information on this...
We're talking about an act of aggression toward a foreign power, and what I'm telling you is akin to treason, Zachariah. It's almost sure that Victor is preparing an attack upon our refuge city, but not with our own troops. From what I was told, he has hired mercenaries and even embedded some of his men. The craziest part of the story is that he's preparing a war without an army, with the sole goal of capturing you. At this stage, that verges on psychosis. He's obsessed with you. Watch out. He's becoming more and more vicious, and he won't stop at anything.
Gente, isso acontece. Pensei que esse negócio aqui na parede redonda era uma pessoa de longe. Pô, pior que eu lembro do jogo antigo. Eu acho que é do mesmo estúdio. Eu só vou saber quando eu for procurar análise ou coisas sobre o jogo. Porque eu lembro que eu joguei um jogo parecido com isso daqui há muito tempo atrás. Se esse aqui é de 2016? 2016? É, 2016. Quem dirá o outro? O outro deve ser, sei lá, 2012. E até hoje não teve outro. Pior que o jogo é legalzinho. Ele é simples, não é tão rebuscado. Igual, não sei, um RPG top aí. Ele é no nível Alex, mas o Alex consegue ser melhor. Eu acho o Alex um pouquinho melhor do que esse daqui. Mas... Ué, o que que tem ali? O Alex eu acho um pouquinho melhor, mas ele É um gamezinho um pouco mais simples esse daqui, ainda mais que ele é antigo. Eu acho que o Alex é uns 3 anos mais recente. Acho que é isso, se eu não me engano. Acho que é de 2019? Não lembro ao certo. Aí é um pouco mais... É um pouco melhor o Alex. Esse daqui eu sinto que ele é um pouquinho mais simples. Caramba, esqueci que eu não tô com a menina. Crafting. Putz. Caraca, eu vendi a roupa que me dava lockpick. Ah, não, eu não vendi, eu deixei com a... Ah, eu tinha que pegar a outra de volta. Caraca, não acredito. Me ferrei.
So, I just give this to you?
Holy hell, man. You can't announce it to Victor on loudspeaker, why don't you? You're damn lucky nobody's around right now. Are you new?
You got everything I need, that's all I care about. Kinda surprised, though. Thought we'd seen the last of the deliveries from our little merchant friends, given what happened. Don't know how the hell you did it.
What are you talking about?
Hell, you don't know? Victor had a caravan stopped and every poor bastard in it tortured. Truth is, they ain't just rumors. Our informants never let us down before. You better be careful, Mancer. Really careful. Oh, one last thing. Keep the deliveries coming. And I know you want to know if I'm a painter, and those are really just pigments. Better you don't dig too deep, though. Safer for everyone.
If what she says is true, then there's a good chance that the ASC infiltrated Noctis. I'll have to find out who they are, and where they're hiding, so that we can feel safer.
Zach, you know I'll help in any way I can. I'll be damned if we're gonna let the Thought Police settle in Noctis, too. Okay, destroy it. Noctis has only survived all these decades by staying hidden from the corporation. This will be the first time that someone tries to go after them.
Sorry I'm bringing the battle to your doorstep.
It would have happened sooner or later anyway. And Darwin's just gonna have to prove he's ready to face them, too. But he knew this day was coming. So I'm sure he's got resources stored up.
E lembrei o jogo que a maioria desses games assim que tem escolha, uma história muito grande, tentam copiar, por assim dizer. É o Dragon Age. O Dragon Age que eles tentam imitar um pouco. Esse aqui é legal, você vê que ele tem muita linha de diálogo. Os quartéis eu não consigo entrar. E vamos aqui de novo. Pior que eu joguei já o Dragon Age 1, mas tem muito tempo, não zerei. O 2 eu joguei e zerei 2 vezes. Eu acho que eu já cheguei a comentar isso em algum episódio de algum jogo. Mas o Inquisition eu não zerei até hoje. O troço ganhou o game do ano. Caramba, eu tenho ele no Xbox. Eu comprei ele pra PlayStation e não joguei até hoje. Tem muito jogo pra jogar, galera. Minha lista de jogo, minha maior vontade, né, é conseguir zerar todos os jogos que tiver, ainda mais os antigos. Mas é tanto jogo que eu fico perdido. Ainda mais que vão sempre lançando mais e mais jogos, Então vai enchendo, vai voltando a quantidade de jogo que eu deveria jogar e Finaliza e volta, finaliza e volta, meu Deus. Mas ainda vou tentar jogar os antigos. Pior que muito combate fica meio nos mesmos lugares, não é legal. O próximo jogo que eu quero jogar é o Horizon Zero Dawn, que eu também não joguei até hoje, porque o segundo vai sair da PSN. Porém, entretanto, todavia, eu não sei se eu vou conseguir jogar os dois. Porque jogar um fica meio... É legal e tudo mais, mas se jogar o mesmo jogo em sequência, do mesmo estilo, né, ainda mais a continuação do jogo, cansa. Eu já fiz isso com Dead Space e realmente cansa, você tem que mudar um pouco o estilo do jogo pra não ficar tão repetitivo. Nossa mente fica cansadaça de um jogo parecido. Igual pegar e jogar 2 Assassin's Creed de uma vez. Não dá certo, eu tenho que jogar um, depois pegar e jogar um jogo de um estilo totalmente diferente. Ou ficar variando. Por exemplo, eu joguei o Hellpoint, que é Souls-like, depois eu joguei Ratchet & Clank, aí depois eu joguei Mortal Shell. Então dá pra intercalar nesse nível. Eu não cansei, eu achei tranquilo. Mas se eu jogasse o Hellpoint e o Mortal Shell em sequência, ia ser muito chato. Então eu pretendo depois de jogar isso daqui, o Horizon Forbidden West, eu vou tentar jogar o Blasphemous e algum outro jogo no meio, pra depois jogar o Forbidden West, mas eu acho que vai ser difícil eu conseguir, vou ter que esperar voltar pra PSN algum dia. Infelizmente, aconteceu isso com mais um jogo que... Às vezes tem jogo que eu já comprei que entra na PSN, por exemplo, o Red Dead Redemption, ele já tinha entrado na PSN, saiu, eu comprei, e aí entrou de novo. The Witcher, que eu comprei completo e entrou agora de novo na PSN. Outro jogo é o... Acho que acho que esqueci o nome, mas tem uns 5 jogos aí que eu já tenho e entrou na PSN, mas tem uns que eu comprei, entrou e tá saindo de novo. Acontece.
Hey, officer. Should I be worried about your visit?
Preocupado com minha visita,
officer,
não?
Maybe. I'm as much on the run as you are now.
Maybe I should start calling you something else then. What's your name?
Zachariah.
A pleasure, Zachariah. How can I help you?
Esqueci que informação sobre a presença de Assassinotics.
I'm afraid that the ASC managed to infiltrate the city where I'm currently living. Thought that maybe you could help me. You seem to be up to date on what they do.
Victor, our nemesis. Very well. I'll tell you what I know.
O que sabe, fala aí.
Victor got his hands on a commercial caravan. Tortured its members in order to find out the location of their notorious secret city.
Ele torturou os caras pra achar a
The
localização.
mysterious Noctis. He managed to send some of his men there. So take this with a grain of salt. But now I'm convinced Victor's got both mercenaries and religious dignitaries on ASC payroll there. Watch out, Zachariah.
Thank you, Volkov. I know the ASC's in Noctis, and I bet they got in pretending to be the crew of that caravan. They gotta be embedded in the population by now, hiding in plain sight. If they're pretending to be merchants among real merchants, that's not gonna fly too long. If they were smarter, they would have come in as refugees. Better start asking around. I'm sure folks aren't buying it.
Tem que pegar informação com os mercadores. Investigar a caravana suspeita. Ok.
Hi. Hello there, Mr. Mancer.
Interrogar o Pressure.
Good to see you.
Bom, cara, o guia da informação sobre... Aqui.
So, what did you learn?
I was able to get some answers for you.
Great. I knew you would. Go on, what did you find?
Keep names out of this. Be clear.
Of course. Our sources are always protected. Go on.
According to my source, the Army's reducing its troops by 50%, and the official reasons are the rising rates of desertion, the number of Technomancer arrests, and the shrinking size of the standing force during peacetime. But she says this doesn't explain everything, as many good officers and soldiers are being let go without reason and replaced by members of the ASC. In fact, the fear is if the ASC attempted a coup today, the army couldn't stand in the way because there are too many ASC entrenched in its ranks.
That's terrifying. And it's news that'll hit the hearts of people in this city. All the people with soldiers and their families, soldiers who fought hard, now being fired only to make room for spies. What else did you find out?
I talked to an expert on corporation politics who had first-hand knowledge about Aurora and us.
And how'd he say Abundance lost?
Aurora's troops were led by a general named Wisdom, who used Technomancers, and apparently they've got a lot more than we do, especially recently.
So Abundance arrests and detains you and your brothers, our greatest weapons, and fall because of it. Guess that's karma.
But what's more, they rallied the common people, recruited local and national militias who were feverishly motivated by the promise of gaining a voice on Aurora's council. Aurora became the first corporation to empower its people to fight. So while Aurora brought everyone together for the war, strengthening their numbers, Abundance fought weakened, bleeding their ranks, arresting its own Technomancers. Our army, well-trained and well-equipped as it is, didn't stand a chance. We lacked the Technomancers to lead the charge and the motivation of Aurora's militias to persevere.
That's incredible. By giving power to the people, Aurora all but assured its victory. The power of unification is real. And the self-sabotaging nature of our government ruled by paranoia and fear cost us the war.
I also talked to a mutant who heard about the camp breakout and the mutant who led it.
Fantastic. And?
The mutants in that camp were living in hell, day in and day out. They'd finally just had enough. So one day, a guard was beating on a mutant too tired to work. As much as the others pleaded, the guard wouldn't stop. So another mutant stepped in and hit him back. The guards threatened to kill 10 mutants in retaliation. And that lit the fuse. With the help of a prisoner from Aurora, the mutants got their hands on some tools, and the riot started. They weren't trying to escape. They just wanted the abuse to stop. But the way the guards reacted made the mutants fear that it would only get worse. So they got out, led by a mutant named Scum. It's now a bit of a legend among them.
And where'd they go?
I can't tell you that.
Caraca, quanta história.
Fair enough. You need to protect your sources, right? Another story that people need to hear. It's what happens when you mistreat beasts long enough. Eventually, they'll turn on you. Thanks for all the information. Once I write the articles and get them out there for people to read, I think the people are gonna
ele faz o jornal, né?
about how different the truth is from the propaganda their government's feeding them.
Hope it makes a difference.
You and me both. But real change has to start with the truth. Hold on. I've got one more thing to ask of you, if I could. One more thing to really make sure we can ignite some change.
And what's that?
We put our news on the city walls. The man who's been doing it for us lives in the exchange. Getting there, though, has honestly gotten too dangerous for us.
So you want me to be your delivery man?
A deliverer of truth. To those who have been starved of it, yes. If you would do that for us.
Yeah, I can do it for you. I'll see you later.
Tentando destabilizar a moral da... Bring Texas, a moral da Aurora aqui, a corporação. Destabilizar com propagandas. Ah, pera aí. Esse aqui tá... Esse aqui é pra onde? Prete, não luta. Tem que ir pra cá. Ah, já tá de noite. Pera aí. Pra lá e eliminar parado esperando igual um tonto. Infelizmente é isso.
Hello. I brought back some articles to hang around your city.
Then keep your voice down. Quiet. Tell our mutual friend that soon, these will be hanging on every other wall in the city.
How you gonna make that happen?
I'll make stencils of the text and then go around the city with volunteers and hit every wall we find. Soon, everyone in Ophir will know the truth.
Reputação. Aumentar a resistência. Esse daqui. Nossa, esqueci de pegar minha roupa. Crafting, né? Ok. Agora tá de noite. Aí. Ih, a galera tá caída aqui ainda. Ah, tá bom, tem lugar que vai e tem lugar que não vai, né? Tá aberto.
Supposed to be giving you something.
Well, that's discreet. What the hell made Anton send a damn Technomancer?
Guess he thought I was the most qualified to deliver your merchandise.
Fair enough. Thanks for the delivery. I'd started losing hope. That said, we keep doing business. I'd prefer you use our little code going forward.
What code's that?
Guess I'm a teacher now, too. You come up, ask me if I'm a painter. I say yes. You tell me you have my pigment delivery, that's it. Ain't pretty, but it suits our needs.
Sure, whatever you say.
Ah, fala que é um pintor. Ai, tem que voltar lá o Anthony Rogue, cara. Porra. Meu Jesus amado. Não tem um jeito por aqui, não? Por aqui, por que eu tô dando essa... Não. Tô dando essa volta toda. Tem uma parada aqui, cara. Bem ali. Tô indo pro lugar nada a ver. Tô indo pro lugar mais distante.
Of good news. Don't forget to collect your pay. One well earned.
Finalizar 20 missões secundárias.
Gotta go.
Eu tenho que ir, então vá. Tá, pelo menos finalizei mais uma mission. Tá, vou ter que voltar pra lá então. Tô preso no nada. Meu Deus, eu morri. Caraca, maluco. Aí tem que matar. Pronto. Caraca, tem um negócio que eu preciso, por exemplo. Tem o preenche, chegou o dia de sobreviver. Poxa, tem que falar com ele?
Hey, back.
Não. Lugares que ele visitou.
As a merchant, you must have traveled a lot. What amazing places have you visited?
Well, when I was a kid, I lived in Ophir, a place you probably know better than me. But with Marcello, the merchant to whom I belonged, we mostly traveled to Shadowlair. He knew a number of technomancers, including renegades, and used to sell them equipment found by looters. It's an old Baroque city, with dirt-poor slums. As strange as it may sound, corporations' big cities all look the same in the end, beyond the few differences they flaunt.
Tá, não sei o que eu faço na missão dele. Jornal. Ology, kill the way to regain his abilities. Acho que tá esse, cara. Tá aparecendo. Mas por que não tá aparecendo? Speak with your angel, find a way to angel to regain his abilities. De jeito dele conseguir as habilidades de volta. Mas não sei onde é que é isso.
Road to Noctis.
Hush up. As we close in on the city, I'll have to dodge a shit ton of potholes made by the fuckload of traffic. So I'm gonna need absolute concentration.
When we get there, we should go say hello to Dandolo. He hates it when I don't stop by to peck him on the cheek.
I still like this city. It was the first human place where my brothers could roam free.
I didn't see many of you there, though.
So many memories over there. So many bad ones. The nostalgia of spending hundreds of hours in the unloading area, filling and emptying Marcello's sand sails. Is nostalgia the right word? Because past aside, it feels like home now.
Senti uma nostalgia, mas todo mundo gosta daqui, né? Dessa área. Tem uns que já viveram lá, mas a maioria gosta daqui mesmo. Informação mercante. O que tá aqui? Shield Tools. Não sei onde que tá essa porcaria. Deixa eu interrogar aquele palhaço lá de cima. O cara é um palhaço, não tem como. Vou colocar outra coisa.
Repent! We won't have that. I had something else in mind. I came here to ask for some information regarding your parishioners. Did you notice any strange behavior among some of them?
My parishioner's life is none of your business. You're not one of them, and yet you take the liberty of judging them based on your corrupt beliefs. You are not a believer. You are just one of those pragmatic cynicals, a bad seed.
Caramba. Carisma tá em 75. Talk about the fact that his son...
Listen, preacher, we might have significant differences, but I'm sure that you only want the best of your flock. And I heard that a man from Abundance has tampered with some of them in order to conquer this city. I guess that he spoke badly about me because he knows that I'm against this invasion. I've seen too many people suffer from the war. And in addition to that, Abundance does not tolerate public temples, which would put an end to your lectures.
An invasion? Really? By the shadows! That old son's henchman hadn't told me that. And my temple? You're saying that they're forbidden there? How awful! I must stop that evil being! Send him back to roast under the nefarious beams of his master! I'm surprised his servants weren't mutants, but maybe they were in disguise. More pressing, however, is it that these servants have convinced some of my followers and now have come here to tempt me. Do not worry. The shadow has opened my eyes to save my soul. But has it done so for my followers? The mutation is preparing to make its way towards them. A pity.
Can never be too careful with religious types, so I'll have to keep an eye on these folks. They can spread ideas like wildfire.
Tem mais um aqui. Aqui dentro.
Looks like patience is gone. Judging by the mess, I doubt he left willingly. Bet you all the serum in the world the fucking ASC's behind all this. They need to be stopped before they overrun Noctis. And I need to find patience. Fuck, and the tablet.
Lascou, hein? Descobri onde ele foi levado. Pra cá mesmo o negócio? Piripipi, piripipi, piripipi.
I don't feel safe anymore. The amount of violence around town seems to grow every day.
I know what you mean. I hardly even go out anymore, especially since Fabio disappeared.
Wait, Fabio's missing?
I don't know what happened, but Carlotta's been a wreck since his absence. Poor thing. She said brutes
A Carlota
jumped
naquela mulher que eu
and
ajudei?
It's just too awful to elaborate.
Welcome, welcome.
Informação.
Hey, did you by any chance see a caravan come back from Ophir lately? Would have had some members who might have looked different than they did when they left.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And there are no regular merchants, that's for sure. They've been trying to blend in, imitate our accents, clothes, and all that. But
Estão
not
tentando
that
imitar
well.
as roupas.
They try damn hard, though. What happened to the real merchants?
Os infiltrados
No,
aqui.
forget it. I don't even want to know. It scares the hell out of me. Rather not know.
Fair enough. Thanks.
Foi? Meu Deus. Poxa, o outro tá tão longe assim. Formação. Tá lá do outro lado, né? Já tô aqui mesmo. Vamos aqui logo. Preciso falar com alguém aqui sobre o treinamento. Não, né? Tá, valeu. Full craft and search. Mais um de craft. A gente fala com Dandolo, que parece que é Gangolo. Parece muito, né? Gangolo. Dandolo. Muda uma palavra.
Zachariah, what can I...
What's the merchandise? What kind of client is it? So I know...
Sure.
Tá,
Only, whatever you call. I don't agree with... You'll be meeting...
Contrabando.
Got your merchandise to your client, but while I was there, she told me something troubling.
What's that?
Victor apparently stopped the caravan, tortured and killed its merchants, but he didn't kill them before they told him where Noctis is, and from what she heard, your city's about to be overrun by ASC.
That doesn't quite... All the caravans sent to Ophir have already returned. Strange. Knew we couldn't hide forever. We could try, but... Knew the ASC snakes would slither in at some point.
Não dá pra ficar escondido pra sempre.
For the heads up. I'll be sure to send a little something to my client in thanks too.
Todas as caravanas voltaram, só que
Am
eles
I missing
substituíram.
something? I just told you the ASCs found their way into Noctis with a stolen caravan, and you don't even seem to care.
You are missing nothing, Zachariah. I do not give in to paranoia easily without evidence. Provide me with evidence that there are ASC in our city, and we will talk. Until then, relax, Zachariah. Rumors and fear are both dangerous and contagious.
Humor e medo.
I need another favor, Mr. Mancer. Seems looters have taken to attacking our caravans in the canyon leading to Ophir lately. They would have likely come down to the city in order to fence their spoils. They haven't. This makes me doubt that the thieves are free agents. Perhaps they're working under someone else's interests. But I'd like to have more than a suspicion, and I'd like it to stop. Set up a counter-ambush, catch the looters red-handed, make them talk.
Got a more specific plan?
Been hatching one. You hide among the merchandise on board one of the caravans, belonging to a merchant I fully trust. When the attack hits...
Then I head back, get as rough as I need to until they tell us who's sending them, and who their mole and Noctis is.
Smart man.
I'll think about it.
Vou fazer. The merchant to take a team caravan. Tá, tem que levar a equipe com a caravana. Aí isso daqui dá pra descer aqui pelo lado. E dá pra ir lá pelo meio, porque eu dei uma volta do cacete à toa. Caraca, é incrível como que esse jogo faz o tempo passar rápido, galera. Já tô aqui a 1h48. São 11h54 da noite. Comecei isso aqui... 10 e pouquinho. Caramba. É muito rápido, cara. O tempo passa. O joguinho é muito gostosinho de jogar. Muito de boa, não é desesperado. É legal ouvir as conversas. Mesmo que o único chato do jogo é ficar indo pra lá e pra cá, pra lá e pra cá. Porque não tem, tipo assim, não é tão lindo, tão maneiro as coisas que vão acontecendo em volta pra te incentivar a ficar andando. É tudo muito repetitivo. Ó, esses caras estão no mesmo lugar, esses 3 caras saíram do mesmo lugar andando da outra vez que eu vim. Então fica meio complicado mesmo nessa questão, mas é legal.
The most exotic goods on the planet.
Agora você tem informação.
I'm looking for information about a caravan that recently came back from Ophir.
Ah, yes. Yes. The merchants who aren't, you mean? Yes, I knew the caravan's chief. And, yeah, the one who came back kinda looks like him, but sure as hell doesn't act like him. This might sound crazy, but seems to me all those merchants were replaced with... I don't know, but they're not from here. And instead of selling their goods, they're busy asking around about the guards and stock and that sort of thing.
Can you point them out to me?
I could, but I won't. I don't want any involvement. I don't want to be replaced. I'll just tell ya, they've been regular clients since they came back.
Fair enough. I'll just keep an eye on your clients for a while. Thank you.
Ficar de olho nos clientes
So
dela, ela não
the
quer se
spies are
envolver.
embedded in certain groups, but to find out who the spies are among them, we're gonna need to keep a constant eye on all of them. Can't do it on my own, though. Gonna need all my brothers and sisters to take turns, so we can stay discreet.
Escape. Tem de ajuste Technomancers. Ué. Meu Deus, aí volta pra lá. Tá o carinha que eu tinha que falar? Por assim, esse cara que tá no mesmo lugar não tem muita movimentação, entendeu? É aquilo, é um jogo simples. E também ele é datado, né? De 2016, então não era algo tão... Se bem que tem jogo de 2016 que é bom. Cujo eu não me lembro agora. Com certeza tem.
You're the Mancer, right? He told me about you. I've already started talking about the routes I'll take in the future. If there's a spy, he'll hear about it soon enough.
Good. Then if you're ready, I'm gonna hide in your merchandise.
Get in my sand cell and hide among the cargo. You should be safe there.
Tá, ficar escondido. Ficar escondido aqui pra proteger o cara. Vamos lá. Vales Marineres. Passar no lugar normal, acho que a gente só vai estar escondido.
Get out, quick! Get out!
Ataque. Eita, que foi isso? consegui fazer muita coisa não, hein. Essa que eu me ferrei. Fui atacar, bibi, bobó.
Under attack!
Meu Deus do céu, eu vou morrer de novo. Ele perde toda.
I can't. The ASC would kill me if.
Should have known you worked for Victor. Who told you where to attack?
A merchant.
Ah, o mercador falou pra ele.
Information. Dressed like that one over there.
Era mais perdido que... Alguma coisa nele? Não. Engraçado que eu pego a roupa, mas continua aqui. Não é igual os caras. Os caras, se você pega a roupa do cara, o cara fica peladão. Mas engraçado. Ok, voltei pra cá. Só voltei. O que eu faço agora? Tá, volta e fala com o Dandolo. Sobe escadinha. Essa armadura é estranha porque só vai até ali em cima, sei lá, e depois tem uma roupa de tecido embaixo. É estranho.
Greetings, Zachariah.
I'm gonna need everyone's help. ASC's infiltrated Noctis, and as you already know, that's not a good thing.
We just got away from them. Why can't they just leave us alone? What? What do you want us to do about it? Most of us are terrified of them. They're immune to our powers.
Imune ao poder. Ah, ataca normal, caramba. Carisma, ainda bem.
I understand your frustration and your fear.
É, tá
I wasn't
frustrado
there,
e
and don't
com
even
medo.
want to imagine what they put you through. But
Pô,
we
tem
don't
que
back
lutar.
down from fear. We're military.
São
We
militares,
fight.
exatamente.
And I will be damned if we will back down from a few fucking ASC spies with lightning rods.
I hope you can see our secrets at risk. But I agree, the best defense is a strong first attack. If we hide and wait for them, we put our secret even more at risk. So what do you propose we do?
From what I can tell, the spies have weaseled their way into 3 groups, but we can't move until we know which members are from the ASC. Moles disguise themselves as mercenaries, religious zealots, and even merchants.
Then I'll dispatch some eyes to keep tabs on those groups.
Thank you.
Tá, tem que esperar o Wait até que faz de undercover agents. Tá, eles vão encontrar.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, fine. Technomancers are more like locusts than a mole queen. I guess the comparison isn't fair.
Falar com Gongolo. Gongola, Dandolo.
Zachariah, what?
Não sei, cadê? Ah, tá.
I stopped the ambush and interrogated the looters. Right all along. Victor's behind it all, and he's got a man in Noctis feeding him information. Apparently one of your merchants. They don't know his name.
A merchant? Bullshit. There's not a merchant alive here who'd betray Noctis. That being said,
Tem um
a
mercador que
man
trairia.
came recently. A trader who left his corporation because he said They were threatening him. He was short on details, and maybe long on
Ele
lies.
tem toda a informação, mas não faz nada.
He's our Mo. Trader, merchant, all the same to the people of Ophir. Not to me, though. Not to a merchant. Maybe you could pay him a visit.
I'll see what he has to say.
Então, vou fazer uma visita a ele. Spylock Noctis. Tá, eu acho que eu vou dar uma dormida porque... Preciso falar com o pessoal ali, peraí. Wait for the Technomancer to find and cover agents. Ué. Foram procurar, né? Tá. Deixa eu dormir 10 horas. Pode ativar o negócio. 2 horas, 3... Ah, isso aqui já vai já. Aquela dormidinha. Pronto. Montar os Technomancers.
After trailing the groups you mentioned, it's obvious that they each have a few people among them who aren't just looking for you, but purposely seeding unrest in the population and maybe pushing for an uprising.
Then we need to stop it.
Here's a description of everyone we found. Give me your map. There. I've marked every place you can find them.
Ok, encontrou vários lugares. Estão tudo marcado no mapa. Eliminar the cover agents. Meu Deus do céu. Coisa pra cacete. Câmera aqui, ó. Porcaria. Lógico. Envenenado. Ah, que maravilha. Maravilha. Deixa eu colocar logo o escudo. Pra cacete.
All the scum back home one piece of shit at a time until their big shit boss finally gets the message they ain't wanted here.
Just as long as it doesn't push Victor to send twice as many people back.
Not a chance now that Dandolo can't deny that ASC's a problem here anymore. No. Now he's gonna be forced to deal with them.
Welcome! Welcome. Are we looking for something in particular today?
Do I know you? From Ophir?
Ophir. Yes, the threats of the secret police forced me to leave the city.
And somehow threatened you enough that you're now working for them?
I won't be taken alive, Mancer!
Yep.
Stop! Stop, please!
He has my family and threatened to kill them if I didn't tell him where the caravans were. I promise you. I didn't have a choice.
That's how Victor works. You have a weakness, he'll exploit it.
Isso é o que o Victor faz. Se você é fraco, ele te explora. Deixar ele ir. Pô, mas o cara não é confiável.
It's a sad story.
Infelizmente eu vou ter que matar ele.
I still can't let you live. You walk away, and what's to stop you from continuing to tell Victor anything else he wants to know about the city? Goodbye.
É, tem que matar o cara. Pronto. Tá morto, né? Fazer o quê? Não dá pra deixar o cara vivo. O cara simplesmente dedurou pros caras ferrados. Onde é a cidade secreta, cara. Caraca, mano, eles são fortes. Ah, meu Deus do céu. Puta que pariu, cara. Ah, é o de baixo, mano. Não de cima. Meu Deus do céu, não tem que matar todo mundo de novo, não. Ah... Caraca, irmão, esses malucos aqui tão difíceis, hein? Os caras... Ah, tá, pô. Ninguém vai ter arma no negócio? Onde que estão os outros? cima. Finalizar essa parte e falar com o Dandolo. Vou cortar algumas partes que eu fico andando só pra caber no vídeo. Que pra mim é que eu tô com 2 horas e 10 de gravação. Acho que eu vou dar umas cortadas. Tem uns caras daqui. Vou ter que apertar o botão de save. A gente faz isso aqui, ó. Entrou, salvou. Saiu, salvou. Horrível. Falta mais 2. Tem que usar bastante item de cura. Se morrer aqui eu me ferro. Os Technomancers aqui são tipo Jedi, né? Agora eu vou pensar. Ué. Eu, hein? Lá no Nondolo agora. O cara lá pensei que tinha bugado, pensei que tinha dado merda. Caraca, o tempo passa muito rápido. Acabei de olhar o... Nossa, cara, já 2 horas e 14 de gravação. Era meia-noite ainda agora. Já passaram-se 20 minutos. O jogo passa o tempo muito rápido. Nem percebo. Eu jogo e não percebo.
Zachariah, I was just starting to worry.
What for?
Bad news, I'm afraid. The ASC's not only in Noctis, but they're starting to threaten its safety. I know you did what you could to get rid of their spies, but if you stay here, they'll come back. And now we may be open to a direct attack from Abundance. I'm sorry, Zachariah. They're after you and your friends. I can't risk the safety of all my people for just you.
So you're turning your back on us?
No, no. I would never turn my back on a friend. I set a meeting for you with the Technomancers from Aurora. Their arms are open. You'll be safer from Victor with them by your side. You just can't stay here.
Why are you helping me?
A scratch on the back for what I hope will be a long-term relationship, Mr. Mancer. They'll meet you under one of their shadow paths. Take the map. You'll be well received. Now get going. As soon as you can gather your things and friends together. The longer you stay, the more danger those of us around you face.
Tá, os Technomancers vão
How'd you
comigo.
manage to get in touch with Aurora's Technomancers?
Wasn't easy, but we have agents in all of the corporation cities. The equivalent of Nisha, but not as easy on the eyes, lives in Shadowlair and was our point on this little mission. Their Technomancers are quite knowledgeable, powerful, and I assume the idea of having one of their counterparts from Abundance join them and give them a little upper hand probably put a few smiles on their faces. But their chief's name, it's slipping my mind. Profanity? No, something more. Chastity, promiscuity, generosity. Yeah, that's the one. Their chief's named Generosity, I think. He's quite chummy with the Dowser wisdom, I hear. Shouldn't be too hard for him to make you feel welcome. So set your mind at ease.
Tá, eu vou ter que sair com os meus aliados daqui porque eu tô atraindo... Eu tô atraindo muita atenção. Go to the meeting of the Aurora Technomancers. Go back to see. Ué. Back to see Dandolo. Cadê ele? Aí lá. Pera aí, não tô entendendo. Vi Dandolo de novo. O cara não tá aqui. Pera aí, deixa eu salvar e dar load, porque o cara sumiu. Pera aí, load. Tá, o cara falou que eu tenho que ir embora realmente porque eu tô chamando muita atenção dos caras. Ele não pode botar a cidade toda em risco só por minha causa. Deixa eu ver se bugou. Porque ele não tá aparecendo. Ele não tá aparecendo. Ué, como que eu tenho que falar com ele então? Vou tirar da cidade, mas posso voltar a qualquer hora. Vamos ver pra onde que a gente vai. Tô achando melhor deixar minha arma com raio. Percebi lutando com esses inimigos aí, só pra ter uma chance de atordoar eles. Faz muita diferença. Pra onde que tem que ir? Pra cá? Tá, vamos lá.
Now we're headed back to Aurora. This is the definition of insanity. Do you think they know how many times I've attacked them?
I'm really sorry, Zach. I'm sure Dandolo would have preferred to keep us all in Noctis. It makes me uncomfortable, but we can't keep Noctis under Victor's crosshairs. He wouldn't hesitate to wipe it off the face of Mars just to get his hands on you.
É que o cara quer matar de qualquer jeito.
That. Big Bad Victor is definitely a manipulative rat, but he's gonna have a lot of trouble wiping out a city like Noctis using a couple of harebrained schemes.
Do the corporations differ all that much? I know you were raised to think so, but as a mutant, I only see humans bickering over petty squabbles. The differences don't matter now, especially since they're welcoming you with open arms. Supposedly, Technomancers are treated well.
Here's the truth. I know this transition's gonna be hard for you. Aurora may ask you to fight against your former corporation. You may end up on the battlefield against men and women you knew from before. At least there's no chance of coming up against an old Technomancer buddy, because they're all with you. Well, except for that Snake Allen. But that doesn't really matter, right?
What bothers me is that they're gonna commandeer my baby. I'm warning you, Zach. I like you, but if they try to take my rover, I'm out. So fucking out. It's me and my rover or nothing.
Ela adora o rover dela, é muito engraçado. Bom, galera, aí chegamos aqui nesta área. Que a gente vai ter que descer e bibibobó. Só que como eu já tô com tempo... Nossa, tô com 2 horas e 20. Não, é incrível, não dá pra perceber. São 00:30. Não dá pra perceber o tempo passando jogando esse jogo. Parece que você tá aqui, papai, do nada o tempo passa. Você não percebe. Incrível isso. E eu já tô o que? No episódio 11? Seria no 10, que um levou 20 minutos porque caiu, tá? Tô no episódio 10. Vamos dizer, mais ou menos aí eu tô a 18 horas. Tem uns que eu não levei exatamente 2 horas. Passou muito rápido, galera. Eu tô a semana toda jogando. Incrível. Bom, galera, então é isso. Eu vou ficando por aqui. Cavaleiro vai se despedindo e fui. Deixa eu só salvar e salvou 100%.